John Cena. Up goes Cena. Down goes Cena. Power bomb by Gunther.
Hey there, champs. Welcome to PRO Wrestle Insider, your WWE update station. Hit that bell and let's step into the ring. The arena is loud, yet the sound lacks celebration. It isn't the roar of triumph or the rhythm of victory. It's fractured, uncertain, and emotionally conflicted. Cheers clash with boos, disbelief lingers beneath the surface, and moments of silence stretch longer than expected. At the center of it all stands John Cena. He doesn't raise his arms, doesn't argue the decision, and doesn't seek approval. He simply stands still, grounded and present. There is a weight in the air that words cannot explain, a sense that time itself has slowed. This isn't a finish built for fireworks. It's a pause meant for reflection. Cena understands that instinctively. Years in this business have taught him that some moments demand stillness rather than spectacle. The crowd feels it too. This moment isn't about victory, it's about acknowledging everything that came before it. A result that left questions, not cheers. The bell has rung and the decision is official, yet the emotional balance remains unsettled. There is no single reaction echoing through the arena. Instead, responses arrive in fragments. Frustration from some, confusion from others, and quiet understanding from those who sense an ending without needing it explained. John Cena remains calm. He doesn't celebrate, and he doesn't object. His restraint speaks louder than any promo ever could. He knows this reaction matters more than the result itself. This wasn't about who won or lost. It feels like the final page of a long chapter closing gently rather than slamming shut. Cena has faced thunderous cheers and relentless boos before, but this reaction is different. It carries finality without final words, and fans feel it deeply. Silence that carries more weight than words. Cena turns slowly, his movements calm and deliberate, looking directly at the crowd rather than past them. Some chant his name, holding on to the hero they grew up with. Others boo, wrestling with the reality of change. Many remain silent, absorbing the gravity of the moment. He doesn't reach for a microphone or attempt to control the narrative. Instead, he lets the silence exist, and that silence becomes the loudest statement of the night. It reflects trust in the audience to understand without being told. Throughout his career, Cena built his legacy on connection, and here that connection is raw and unfiltered. There is no character alignment or storyline framing, just honesty shared between performer and audience. One knee, one kiss. A lifetime of meaning. Then it happens. John Cena drops to one knee, the motion slow, intentional, and deeply personal. He bows his head and presses his lips to the canvas, instantly softening the energy in the arena. That ring mat is more than a stage. It is a witness to decades of sacrifice. Victories, defeats, pain, perseverance, and pressure. This gesture isn't dramatic or theatrical, it's human. Longtime fans understand immediately. This isn't just respect for the ring, but gratitude for the journey. The nights when his body ached, the years when expectations were crushing, and the fans who stayed with him through every phase. The kiss feels like a farewell spoken through action instead of words. A smile that reflects acceptance, not victory. When Cena rises, the familiar bravado is gone. In its place is something quieter and more honest, a small smile that isn't triumphant but peaceful. It's the expression of someone who understands exactly where they stand in their story. He nods gently toward the crowd, acknowledging cheers and boos with equal respect. This isn't the larger-than-life character anymore. This is the man behind the legacy. Slowly, confusion in the arena gives way to clarity. Fans begin to understand. This isn't a twist or setup. It's closure. The noise shifts, becoming warmer and more unified as acceptance settles in. Not as loss, but as gratitude. When familiar faces turn the ring. Sacred. The moment expands as familiar music fills the arena. Triple H appears, followed by Stephanie McMahon, their presence ceremonial rather than authoritative. Soon, other familiar figures follow. leaders, legends, and architects of different eras. Rivalries and storylines fade away as they enter the ring, transforming it from a battleground into sacred ground. Each person represents a chapter of wrestling history, moments that shaped both the industry and its fans. The crowd senses immediately that this is not about the future, but about honoring the past. No speeches are required. The presence alone says everything. Titles that represent. Legacy, not possession. When Cody Rhodes and CM Punk step forward holding championship titles, the moment carries a meaning that goes far beyond gold and leather. These are not props meant to celebrate dominance or power. They are symbols of history, responsibility, and continuity. The championships once defined John Cena's era, but on this night, they represent something different. They represent what comes next. As the titles are offered to Cena, his reaction immediately sets the tone. He hesitates, gently pushing them back, not as an act of rejection, but as an expression of humility. Cena does not need validation through championships. His career has already outgrown that measure. When he finally accepts the titles, he does so with care, lifting them slowly and deliberately. He turns to each side of the arena, acknowledging the fans who supported him across generations. This is not a victory lap. It is a shared moment, rooted in gratitude rather than pride. By handing the titles back, Cena reinforces the message. Legacy is not about holding on to power, but about knowing when to pass it forward. The torch passed without words. There is no announcement, no speech, and no official declaration, yet everyone inside the arena understands what is happening. The torch is being passed quietly, without ceremony, through trust rather than words. John Cena is not stepping away in defeat or exhaustion. He is stepping aside with calm confidence. His actions show belief in the future of the ring and in the performers who will carry the legacy forward. This moment isn't about replacing him, but about continuing the journey he helped build. By choosing silence, Cena allows the moment to speak for itself, proving that true leadership doesn't demand attention. It earns understanding. A career measured beyond championships. John Cena's career was never defined only by championships or accolades. It was shaped by consistency, resilience, and an unmatched connection with the audience. Across generations, he remained a constant presence, evolving as the industry changed around him. He experienced overwhelming cheers and harsh criticism, yet he never disappeared. Night after night, year after year, he carried expectations that few performers could withstand. That endurance became his greatest achievement. Titles may fade with time, but the impact he left through perseverance, discipline, and reliability continues to resonate. His legacy lives not in records, but in the moments and memories he helped create. Not an ending, but a shared goodbye. As John Cena takes one final look around the arena, it becomes clear this is not a goodbye spoken aloud, but one felt collectively. The audience is not mourning a loss, they are honoring a journey shared over many years. The ring will remain, new stars will rise, and new stories will unfold, but moments like this are rare. This was never about winning or losing. It was about recognizing the weight of everything that came before and allowing it to rest with dignity. Cena doesn't leave behind emptiness. He leaves behind meaning, gratitude, and a legacy built on respect.